My name is Anthony Swan. I'm the principal at Eumundi State School. I've been the principal here for the last 4 months. My journey in leadership started back at Medina State School around 2016. I then was the deputy principal at Coolum State High School, and for the last 4 months I've been here. I came across Writer's Toolbox back in around 2018. Where I went down to Gregory Terrace exploring how to advance boys' writing. We introduced it at Medina State School, had significant lift with student outcomes there, and then introduced it at Coolum State High School where we've had fantastic outcomes. In the last 4 months, we've just slowly started to introduce it here at Eumundi. Now Eumundi is a school set on the Sunshine Coast, just west of Noosa. It has the beautiful Eumundi markets, which has around 1.6 million visitors a year. It's a fantastic school with a great community with about 658 students. So when I arrived at Eumundi State School back just after Easter this year, one of the questions I gave to the community was, if I gave you the keys to the school, what would you implement here at school? Now, one of the parents actually suggested Writer's Toolbox. I thought that was really ironic because one of the 3 main goals of the school was about lifting students' writing outcomes, and that was the focus for the year. Now, with my history of Writer's Toolbox both at Coolum State High School and at Medina State School, I thought that was actually a fantastic lead, and it was already in the plan. I only follow research-based practices. So unless the research actually has a backup that it's going to improve lift of students' writing outcomes, I wouldn't implement it. Now, we had seen this lift at many schools, also personally at Medina and at Coolum High, where the lift was significant with students. So how did I implement the change here at the school? So I first introduced to the staff that what is it that makes writing good writing? And we asked the staff to actually give us some ideas about that. I have a philosophy of go slow to go fast, okay? And that's really important because whenever you introduce something new to a school, you never want it done to the people, you want it done with them, and you need to take your staff along for the journey. So the first thing we did was sort of inquire about writing. I introduced them to the sentence styles. I talked about Ian's program, and then I took 6 staff down to a conference in Brisbane. The reason to take those staff, they're our early adopters with inside the school who could bring back some knowledge. So some of the points of difference that I actually saw with Writer's Toolbox for implementing it with the school, the first one was actually the clarity of the skills. Those explicit skills actually gave confidence not only for the teachers for the teaching of those skills, but clarity for the students with the understanding of what actually developed into good writing. The second one was the feedback that was given to the students and also to the teacher. So it was really clear with how every student was progressing, but the students love the feedback on what they're getting to actually improve their writing. And that's an instant feedback, and that actually assists the teacher with time, and it assists the students with motivation. I love the fact that the feedback motivates boys. When they see the graph of their sentence and their strength, and they're looking beside their friend beside them and they're saying, oh, how'd you get that number? And then they're looking for the feedback and then they're trying. It motivates the students to do it. So our co-teachers are helping our staff build capacity, but when they see the program and they see the clarity and the simplicity of it, they're very willing to engage with the program with the student, and the student is very willing to engage with it as well because they get excited by how simple it is. I've implemented Writer's Toolbox now at 3 schools. The first school was a primary school. Second school was a secondary school with a very large English faculty with about 1,500 students, and now here at Eumundi State School. One of the best moments is when you take the teachers away for the training or you expose them back at school with the actual program and the way of implementing it, and they get that aha moment. They get that moment where they just say, this just makes sense. And then they take it on board, they're engaged, they're excited, and they're teaching it with their students.